The first time I got sick with the kidney disease was in the mid-90s. It was a dash to save Ben, and it was a battle for a period of time. I went on dialysis for 8 months. It went as well as it could go, and received my first kidney. It was from a young man that lost his life in a car wreck in November 16th of 1995.
So one of the biggest things I noticed was his stamina was declining, and his energy was declining. He would have to take naps in the middle of the day, which wasn't his typical behavior.
We started noticing I was getting sick frequently.
And it became evident to us that he was either going to need to go on dialysis or have another transplant, or both.
I went through a process at Piedmont where they explained all the options.
This time around, we were more aware of the possibility of living donors, and I was reading up on that a lot and knew that transplants from living donors are more successful.
She was determined to go through with this, and so she got tested and went through the process of the evaluation, and turns out she was not a match.
I've very seldom cried myself to sleep at night, and that night I did. I was devastated. I thought it was going to all work out, but I was not a match for my husband. It took a couple weeks to kind of get through the disappointment and think, now what are we going to do? And then I started thinking about continuing to be evaluated to see if I was acceptable to be a donor, to be part of what's called a paired exchange program.
The beautiful thing about the paired exchange program is that when you have a designated donor like Lisa was for me, you are moved to the top of the list. So the first available kidney in this paired exchange program is yours. So her donation moved me up the list, and there's no doubt that what she did created the means for me to get a kidney very quickly.
It would have been a great story had I been a match for Ben and been able to donate to him directly, but this is even better because in this case, it may have allowed the doctors to find a better kidney for Ben, one that's a better match than mine may have been. And at the same time then, I was able to donate to someone else in need and help another individual and another family. So it's very gratifying to be able to, first of all, help my husband, but help somebody else at the same time.
Let's make no mistake about this, Lisa's the hero. And without donors, without organs, this transplant center is out of business. So they treated my wife like a VIP. I watched it. And for that, I'll forever be grateful.
Our experience was gratifying on a couple levels. We were so pleased with the care we got with the Piedmont Transplant team from the whole process, from the Ben's care, the living donor evaluation, the surgeries, all of that. That was one part of it. We've also become, me in particular, pretty passionate about this idea of living donors, and particularly the paired exchange program or the domino chain. So we thought we want to give back, and that's why we decided to develop a fund that will fund another position for the very important role of a living donor coordinator, which will allow Piedmont to do even more living donations and take great care of people like they did with us.